Can you give us sort of your backstory, your origin story?
Sure. So I was born in the Arctic, the north of Canada, a place called Fort Smith, Northwest Territories. I grew up in Edmonton, and those who might follow hockey, it was the days of Wayne Gretzky when he was playing for the Oilers. That was when I was a kid. I went away to university in the U.S. And then I worked on Wall Street or versions of Wall Street. I worked for Goldman Sachs in London and Tokyo and New York and ultimately Canada. And then I went in about 20 years ago to become the deputy governor of the Bank of Canada, which is the equivalent of the Federal Reserve in the U.S., and ended up being the governor during the financial crisis of 2008. So worked with, through that process of the financial crisis. We had a, quote, good financial crisis, if you can have a good financial crisis in Canada. We got through it better than anyone else, emerged stronger, our banks stayed together. And then ultimately, kind of slightly bizarrely, I was asked to become governor of the Bank of England. So I became the first foreigner who's governor of the Bank of England. And I did that through the period of the Brexit referendum, as it turned out, and the aftermath of that, and then came back Canada 2020, right in the middle of COVID. I think you probably had a better experience during COVID, if I listening to your podcasts, if I read it correctly, than I did. And then I did a lot of work on climate change for the United Nations, sort of pro bono, and organizing the financial sector to help address climate change. But also at the same time, I worked for Brookfield, which is a big asset manager, and I was chair of Bloomberg. And then as of the start of January, I first ran for the leadership of the Liberal Party, which is one of the main parties here, and winning that, became prime minister about a month ago. And now I'm running for election.